Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator Rome, where we are currently upset at Selangor. No doubt about that. We took over this location, but our soldiers accidentally took over it too hard and burned down the settlement that was there, and these guys just immediately raced in there and yoinked it. It was very rude. We will do something about that. They will pay for that one, but not yet. First off, we're going to need to attack Aru and Lemuri. Now, Aru, I believe we are currently truced with, right? Until 463. And Lemuri, we're not truced with. We'd like to go after them. Unfortunately for us, our levy cannot be raised again until 465. So that's in 1 year, 10 months, and 2 days. That is a very long time that we can't raise this levy for. Okay, so in that amount of time, we are instead going to either expand via mercenaries. That is one option. Oh, we're on speed 5. Let's bump that down to speed 4. The game is much smoother like that. Okay, so we can expand with mercenaries when we get the gold. Or we can invest the gold into our economy, which is probably the better long-term gain, and just wait for our levies. In the meantime, these guys might strike up an alliance, but I'm not actually concerned if they do. I don't think they will. We'll see what ends up happening. For the time being, it's going to be a fairly long period of nothing happening, unfortunately, just due to our low amount of income. And we do need to deal with that. So we want to build settlement buildings like everywhere we can. We can go into our macro builder and take a look at settlement buildings, and we can see what exactly is available and how much they each cost. So it's pretty much 152 gold for all of the ones that we're interested in building. What does the Council of Elders do? Slaves needed for local surplus -3. It gives tribesman output. That's a weird combination. Okay, sure. There's also the town commons here, which would be decent for pop promotion, conversion, assimilation, but those are things that we're probably not going to work on with building slots, to be honest. So yeah, it's going to be a while before we get the amount of gold to do this outside of events. There could definitely be events that get us that gold. We'll see if that ends up happening. We would love to be working on our economy right now. As I said, working on our economy is almost certainly better than expanding into this location. So we'll see what ends up going on with that. I'm still very upset at these jerks over here. They have 21 total pops compared to our... that's not our pop count. Where's our pop count? 90. There we go. So we have way more pops than they do. That's a good sign. We should be able to move in there fairly easily, and attacking someone who's not a 1 province should make it easier for us to get a solid landing over there. But it's going to be potentially problematic, no matter how we slice it. We're letting our manpower rebuild in this time as well. Spread of ideas, huh? Oh, that's actually really solid. 10% gain in every category? I like it. That's really, really good. So we're interested in having our AE drop, although that's not dropping right now. And why is it not decaying? Huh. Base of 0.2. I guess 1.93 is just rounding to 0. I think it's actually dropping, but we'll keep an eye on that. I think this is actually dropping. This is just a rounding display issue. Regardless, we're not too concerned about the aggressive expansion. The stability is fine for now. Yeah, see there, it just went to 1.92. So there's definitely a rounding issue there. It is actually dropping. That is good. So our centralization is 1%. We definitely want to bring up our centralization. That's going to be huge. Absolutely. But that mostly just comes from events. That's fine. We're not too concerned about that. We're at 76 gold right now. 0.9 in fort maintenance. Hang on. Did our fort maintenance come up? It did. Okay, we're going to drop that, saving ourselves a little bit of money there. As far as our fleet maintenance goes, I'm going to drop that down to minimum. Unruly tribesmen. We could gain 3 tyranny, lose 5 stability, and gain population happiness in Nias. Or we could lose 2 centralization. No thank you on that. We'll have our men disperse the rioters. That'll get us some tyranny. Tyranny is actually not a bad thing necessarily for us right now. That'll increase our aggressive expansion change and increase our national slave output. So that's not bad. We're up to 2.37 income right now. Nice. Between the reduction in our fleet maintenance and fort maintenance and getting that tyranny, that's not bad at all. Now, we could do strong arming. I'm going to do it. Our stability should naturally regenerate. Yes, this guy's disloyal, but I don't actually care about that. I want the gold. So we're going to do that for now. The strong arm is going to eventually expire, and our stability will grow. We could also potentially do a pig stab, which would be not bad. That'll cost us political influence, but we're banking our political influence right now. So we can do that to work on recovering our stability. That will be reasonably fine. Now, population happiness isn't great, but that will improve over time. So that seems good. We're at 111 gold right now. This is enough to hire the mercenaries if we wanted to. Now, it's currently December 464. We can raise these in April of 465. So that actually sounds really, really good. I'm interested in attacking Lemury as soon as we can. Do we have a CB on them? Yes, we do. Okay. So that sounds good. I want to check in on our missions here. Right. So we're going to need to... Yeah, this is going to be a while. We could finish this mission, but I'm not going to. I want to get those other things done. We can see that they're building their fortress up over here. That's fine. We're no longer importing stone. Okay, sure. But yeah, I want to put this money into our economy if we can, instead of into a minor addendum, huh? Gaining 6 stability for 10 political influence is actually really beneficial. We're going to do that. That brings our stability back up over 50, and we essentially just got free gold. I love it. That's really, really solid. So we can declare this war in about a month here. Perfect. We're very, very happy about that. We can raise these guys up on the 25th. Excellent. So we're absolutely going to go for Lemury here, and we could go for Aru, actually. We could go for either, or both. I don't think we're going to go for both immediately. I think we'll go for Aru first, and then we'll go for Lemury. It doesn't really matter, though. It's now the 25th of April. Let's go in here. We can declare this war. There we go. And I want to immediately raise up our levies as soon as we can. We need to select all of these. Unit lacks access. There's an active war here. What do you mean, unit lacks access? Did we have the Navy selected? Hang on. I think we might have. I want these guys selected. All of them. Okay, that's very janky. Sure. That was interesting. No doubt about it. We're going to head in over here. The Navy lacked access here, but I didn't want to select the Navy. But just box selecting down here selects the Navy, which is kind of wild. Okay, so we're going to bring these guys up over here. We'll start up a siege. The question is, do we want to chase down this force? And if so, with whom? I think the answer to that is yes. I want this force to go after them. Right. Zone of control in that fort. No, we'll leave here. We'll leave them here. If they're not going to attack us, then this isn't very relevant. So we do have multiple forts, right? And these forts are probably not fantastic for us. We're going to want to get rid of all of them eventually. The question is when, and I think the answer is we want to replace them with something else. Now, this is a city here. This is a city here. So this city is, yeah, this is a state here. This is a settlement. This is a city at this point. So there are 2 cities in this state. Noted. We're probably going to want to have 2 of our cities be research cities, and I'm thinking 1 be a manpower city. That's what I'm thinking right now, anyway. So that would be absolutely fine. We're just going to wait on this siege. It's going to work its way through. No problem whatsoever here. They're not even getting aggressive. They're resigned to their fate, is what this is. They know that they can't do anything, and honestly, us not fighting them at this moment is the optimal play here. We want to let this siege finish, and then we send our whole force to go down and deal with them. 10% additional progress. Beautiful. So that's really good. We're also seeing our war exhaustion going down, which is fantastic. Our AE is going down very slightly. It will go down more once we get through this. Now, 23 gold, 3 stability. I don't think we need it. Monthly centralization would be solid, though. 0.03. For 60 months. Okay, so how much is that actually going to get us? What's times 60? The answer is 1.8 centralization. I mean, that's almost triple what we have right now is what we would end up with for 23 gold. I'm going to do it. So our centralization is going to continue to go up. That will be absolutely fine. 1.8% centralization is actually fairly significant. And 24 gold is not actually that much gold. So we'll take it. Absolutely. Defenders are deserting here. Okay, this is going to be done very shortly, and then we're going to attack Lemuria as well. The question is, do we have to put down our levies for that? I'm betting we don't. This guy took a bribe and became corrupt. Okay, very rude. We can call down an omen, and morale of armies is what I'm going to take here. Because we're planning on fighting here for a little bit, right? So that seems absolutely fine. We're going to let the looting be gentle. We're going to get 18 of that 24 gold back, and that'll be absolutely okay. We want this to be gentle because we want to take this for ourselves, right? We want the pops. So we don't want to kill any of the pops here, and that is absolutely okay. We're now going to have these guys head on down. We would apparently lose this. I don't know that we would. They're running away from us. I don't know that we would lose this. The game thinks we will. Let's find out what happens. Excellent. Additional progress happening. We're getting a lot out of that, actually. Okay, so taking a look at this. We rolled a 1, they rolled a 4, and their morale is still percentage-wise on par or lower than ours. I'm not sure exactly. I think it's about on par. So this is looking good. Yeah, I'm not sure why the game was saying, oh, you're going to lose this, because we're not going to lose this. Like, we're rolling very badly, and we were still on par with them. Beautiful. So that is fine. They are, at this point, in retreat, and we're just going to cap this and end the war. Cool. Now the question is, do we want to declare on these guys without putting down our levies? Well, first things first, we're going to take this. Excellent. Do we want to lose half a point of AE? I don't think we need the popularity necessarily here. Yeah, let's lose the AE. That'll be fine. Now, I'm going to move these guys up over here. The question is, what happens if they raise up and come down this way, right? I don't think that's a big concern. But I want to move our levy forces up here first. We can let them regenerate their morale. We can let them regenerate in terms of manpower as well. Okay, we'll lose a little bit of popularity there instead of spending money. I do want, during this period, this will be brought back up. I want to drop our fort maintenance down. We're getting a lot of forts here, and we definitely need to get rid of them. There's no doubt about that. What do we produce here? We produce earthenware. Okay, that's not necessarily ideal. We'd probably end up just building like a slave estate here, I think. We'd have to see what's available. But we don't quite have the gold for it right now. So let's just get these guys walked on up over here. They'll get there soon enough. They'll get there about the same time that their morale maxes out. And in terms of manpower, we are needing 235. This did eat up a lot of our manpower, that battle. No doubt about it. But that's to be expected. It's absolutely fine. If we can get this all under our control, that would be huge. Especially if we can colonize out this way. We'll see if that ends up being a thing. We might not be close enough to do it. So we're going to head up over this way. almost there. We can see that they're building a trireme. Okay. Sure. Well, we're just going to park here for the time being. We have arrived. And I want to declare war on these lads immediately. There we go. So we're going to hop in right up over here. They're going to raise up forces there, but we are already on our way in. Are they even going to raise their military? If they don't raise their military, then... yeah, there they are. Okay. Our side might win. It's very likely that we win. Terrain is to their benefit, but we'll see what happens there. Okay, taking a look. This is not the full battle. Okay, that's the full battle. Wow, they're getting crushed. Okay, we rolled a 6, they rolled a 1. That is going very badly for them. They got absolutely massacred. We stack wiped them. Now, we're not making progress here. We need at least 2,000 men per level of fortress. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these subunits and I'm going to bring them out over here. We need our full 4,000 men here in order to make this happen. And I'm wondering what our food supply here is going to be. Less than optimal conditions here. What is the supply limit here? 21? And we get 1% attrition due to being under siege. Right. So we need 4,000 total troops in order to do this, right? And we only have 4,000 total troops. So we need our entire force to be good to go. Unless we were to lower and then re-raise our levy. But we can't do that while at war. Well, for the time being, this is what we're going to do. We're just going to go grab Gaio, and then we're going to head in over here. It's going to be a little ways around, for sure. We've only got 3,000 troops here. Should we hire these mercs? It would allow us to bank up our manpower. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm not happy about it, but I'm going to do it. So these levy forces are then going to head out over this way, and we're going to leave the mercs responsible for this siege. They're unfortunately black flagged right now. We're just going to move them out and back in. They have no forces, so this shouldn't be a problem. But what this allows us to do is this allows us to siege here using the mercenaries, and we're not going to spend our own manpower on that. We're essentially trading gold for manpower here, which isn't necessarily a great trade for us. I was hoping to avoid this, but we definitely need to make our way in here. They've got 4,500 troops, so they can siege here without problem. Cool. And then we're going to go take over Gaio with our regular forces, and they will not have to worry about attrition. In fact, I'm just going to leave these guys back here, and we're only going to send this force in. Okay. So now we'll keep an eye on this situation, and in fact, we may want to have this unit be back up here in case we have to move them in due to the attrition here. We'll keep an eye on that, but I suspect we'll be able to siege this down. It's very unfortunate that they built a level 2 fortress. We just weren't quite in position to be able to handle that. To be clear, next time we put down our levies and re-raise them, we'll be fine. So that's absolutely okay. We've got forces here that are ready to reinforce this, but the mercs are holding at 4,500, and that's okay. I really don't like using mercs for this. I would have preferred not to do this, but the math just doesn't work. Okay, we can get a military tradition, and our military traditions are... what is unlocked here? Austronesian and wrong traditions? Okay. Clearly, we should go with the wrong traditions because they are the right traditions, right? That's how this works? I'm pretty sure. Light cavalry and hills combat bonus. Yikes. Okay, we don't have any light cavalry. What do we got in the Austronesian traditions? Rapid naval expansion would be probably okay. We're going to need a navy. And light infantry defense is not terrible for our levies. We're not going to want light infantry later on. This is all about navy and light infantry. Nothing else. We'll take the light infantry for now, but I'm not going to be happy about that later. I can tell you that right now. Cool, so we just need this siege to finish. Now, we are financially negative. What would we say about dropping our army maintenance? Morale of armies doesn't really matter here. This will save us some cash. How much does it save us? 0.96? Okay, that's a decent amount of cash that saves us. And are we currently low on our fort maintenance? No, we can drop that down as well. I'm not going to drop wages, not going to change taxes or commerce. That all seems fine. We could strong arm again. And actually, we'd still be above 50 stability. So I'm going to do it. That'll boost up our gold a little bit and keep us afloat for a while here. That looks good. We still have that centralization coming through. And we just need to finish up this siege. Yeah, these mercs are holding at 4,500. They're going to run out of food eventually, though, and hopefully the siege is done before then. That would be the goal. So, the siege will be concluded eventually. It's at 0% right now. Sounds good. That's getting quite close to done then. And we'll be very happy to get our levies put down. This is at 0% war score right now. Oh, the war goal is ticking against us. That explains it. Because I was like, hang on, we control half of their territory. But no, war goal is still ticking. We just need to get this dealt with, right? So that is absolutely fine. No problem here. We're at 7%. 21%. Okay, this siege is going to be done very quickly. So we're definitely getting our manpower up, and we'll need that if we're able to colonize out this way. That's for sure. We will absolutely need that manpower. So, how are we rolling here? 35? Okay. We're not quite in bad luck territory yet, I don't think, on this, but it's getting there. We'll see how it goes. We have no siege engineers, so none of that is super shocking. It's absolutely fine. Still 35. Defenders deserting, though. So defenders deserting is nice. They're down to 495 troops, so we need a much smaller force now, in theory, but I think it's just based on the fort level, not based on the garrison, unlike in Europa. But there we go. The Siege of Lemurie has been won, and that is absolutely fine. We're going to sue for peace, and we're going to take all of their territory. We'll lose the AE here, and we no longer need these mercenaries. I'm going to disband them. And we're going to put down our levy troops as well. So we need to go to our levies and disband. Excellent. So that's now at 10 of 12. They have a supply train in addition to 3 heavy infantry and 8 light infantry at this point. So our levy is now 12. That is noted. Is this still building a ship here? No, that got canceled. Okay. That is absolutely noted, and I want to come down here and increase our number of Liburnians, or rather, our number of just ships in general. We're building triremes by 3. So that'll be enough to transport our levies. Beautiful. That looks good. We don't appear to be able to head out and settle up here. At least not yet. We might need to get this a little bit more under control here. We are at 100% religion and culture, though, so that seems reasonably good. So that is our starting island fully under our control. That is great. We are currently negative financially, and that is due to fort maintenance. Okay. I'm going to start deleting forts. We're going to delete 2 levels of fort in this city. We're going to delete this fort. We're going to delete this fort. I just don't want to pay for forts at this point. So that is going to leave a lot of open building slots, but it's going to save us a lot of money. So that was currently like 2 gold per month, and now we're not paying any fort maintenance. 3.63. Much better financially. We also have 223 gold right now, and we should put that gold into... I want to prioritize mines and farming settlements. So we don't have any mines that we can build right now, but we do have some farming settlements that we can put in, and we absolutely want to do that. So we're just going to start working in Kampar. We'll get that underway, and with that, it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to probably launch an attack on Selangor. However, I'm wondering, can we complete any missions here? Ah, we need to control these up here. Okay, we need to figure out how to do that to complete these missions then. I was expecting to be able to colonize over here, but I need to look up how this colonization system actually works. Okay, well, that is definitely something that I can do off camera. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and hang on, what was that? We're no longer importing dyes. Okay. And a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Atala, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, Kintogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.